We have here, in the figure above, both circles have their centers at point O, and point A lies on segment OB. OA is 3. So what I want to do is, I just mark OA3. You should have done that. And then it says AB is 2, so I go ahead and mark AB as 2 so I can see exactly what they're asking. All right. Now it says, what is the ratio of the circumference of the smaller circle to the circumference of the larger circle? Well, we've worked on this. All right, you should know what circumference is. What is the circumference formula? Yes, 2 pi r. All right, circumference is 2 pi r. Now, I have two circles here. All right, so circle 1, or the small circle, has a radius of what? Of 3. Therefore, the circumference is 2 times pi times 3, which is 6 pi.
Is it okay if I just did C equals pi d?
Now, yes, come on. I'm not even done with the problem. You got to bear with me. You got to let me get to the end, and then if I haven't explained it perfectly, you can ask me. All right, I'm not getting enough work done because we're being interrupted. All right? Now, that's the circumference of the first circle. I need the circumference of the second circle. So if I want to find the circumference of the second circle, it's still 2 pi r. If you want to use pi times d, it's the same thing. What is the radius of the second circle? 5. So the circumference would be what? 10 pi. Exactly. All right, exactly. What's the matter? Add what together? How else am I going to get 5? True, right? I mean, there's only a few things I can do with those numbers. Or you could have said this. Well, this right here is the radius. So that radius is what? Is 5. All right? Now, I have a situation where it says, what is the ratio? A ratio is just the fraction. A ratio is just the fraction. All right? So I'm going to put the ratio of the smaller circle's circumference, which is what? 6 pi over 10 pi. That wasn't that hard. Now what happens to the pi's? They do cancel out. And then 6/10 reduces to what? 3/5, which is B. All right, if you got that, that's good. All right, that's good. All right. Now, let's take a look here at question number 9. Very good little introduction to algebra here. All right, good little problem. It says the total weight of Bill and his son, Tommy, is 250 pounds. All right, so right off the bat, I'm going to say Bill and Tommy weigh 250 pounds. All right? Now, it says Bill's weight is 10 pounds more than 3 times Tommy's weight. All right? Now, Bill is, how do I represent 10 pounds more? Plus 10. Then 3 times what?
Oh.
Yes. So that's the relationship there. What?
I just used X's for everything.
Totally fine. Totally fine. Again, I'm just trying to get through, trying to show you how I'm thinking. All right. Now, honestly, we have not really done this problem, this type of problem. All right. But we're still going to kind of think through it. All right. Now, again, it says, what is Tommy's weight? So all of these answers, please look up. All of these answers represent what? Tommy's weight. all right, because we're going to guess and check, all right, we're going to go ahead and generally I say start with the middle number. So look right here. If I let Tommy be 60, his brother would be what? Now remember, they have to add together to equal 250. So what would Bill weigh? Tell me.
Wait, what was it?
Yes. What would it weigh? 190. Does everybody see that? So if I thought the answer was 60, then Bill would have to be 190. Now I'm going to double check. If I put 60 in for T, which is? So is that the answer?
Yes.
Yeah, I got kind of lucky. Yeah. What?
Are the ERBs going to be multiple choice or like
I don't care what the ERBs are. See, here's what some of you guys, I know, listen, that's not a bad question. But you see what I'm saying? All I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you guys thinking, right? Different ways of seeing different things. Right? It's very important. And I'm being distracted. All right? I don't care about the ERBs right now. They're 2 weeks away. All right? When you get ready to take your test in 2 weeks, you're going to be well prepared. And the more I do, the easier it is for you. All right? So let's not distract. Some of you got a lot of work on your ERBs. I've looked at them. Definitely can improve. Most definitely. All right? What?
I'm a little confused as to why it's 60. That's the answer.
Well, because I just guessed and I'll go through it one more time. All right? I want you to really pay attention because you weren't a few minutes ago. So here we go. I'm going to start over. Do you understand this equation right here?
Yeah.
And do you understand this equation?
Yeah.
All right. So if you understand that, then you know the answer. All right. Now, I have not taught you how to work with variables, two variables at the same time, which will be next year. So we have to figure out a way to do it. All right. So all I did was I looked at 40, 50, 60, 80, and 90 and said, I'm just going to randomly guess. And I just chose 60. You with me?
Yeah.
You sure? I could have chosen 80. And I'll show you it doesn't work. All right, so I'm going to put 60 in for T. So if I put 60 in for T, what does Billy have to be? Well, 60 plus what is 250? Very good. 190. Right? So right now, Billy is 90 and Tommy is 60. And that works for that equation. Do you agree? If it works for this equation, it must also work for what? This equation. So if I put in 60 for T, 3 times 60 plus 10. What's 3 times 60? Plus 10. So is that the answer? That's the answer. Now I'm going to show you a wrong answer. All right? Just because we got kind of lucky. All right? Let's say, for example, I'm erasing that. I got you. So this time we'll let T be 80. So if I put 80 here, what would Billy have to be? 80 plus what is 250? 170. So I'm going to put a 170 here. So now Billy is 170 and Tommy is 80. So I plug 80 in for T. What's 3 times 80? So Billy would be what? 250 if that was the case. And that doesn't work. Do you agree? Right? Because we already said that they're both 80 and 170. You see what I'm trying to show you now? All right? And again, guys, I'm not, I know I'm not fussy. I'm not grumpy. I'm very focused on trying to help you with your ERBs. And if you're distracting me, I'm just getting, it's getting worse, not better. All right? This is the time where we're showing you how to think a little bit better with numbers. I've showed you how to do everything. Now you got to think through everything that I've taught you and try to answer these questions. All right? So you got to concentrate. Now, number 10 is a fantastic question. Lots of thinking. We've already talked about integers a lot. Integers are just what? Counting numbers. Positives and negatives. All right? But it says set J. So we're going to write set J down. That's what it should look like. Now it says, I'm sorry, not set J, but set I first. I'm sorry, set I. I read ahead. Set I consists of 6 consecutive integers. So somebody give me 6 consecutive integers. Hopefully the ones that you wrote on your iPad last night when you were thinking about this. That's exactly what I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So everybody put down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, they said set J compares to set I, but what does set J do? Set J contains all the integers that result from adding 3. So if I add 3 to all the numbers in I would get 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right? And 9. So everybody see what I did there? We just added 3 to every single number. Then it also says we're going to do what? We're going to subtract 3 from every number. So if I subtract 3 from every number, what's 1 minus 3? What's 2 minus 3? 3 minus 3? 4 minus 3? 5 minus 3? 6 minus 3? So that's set J, guys. That's set J. So now it says how many more integers are there? Looks to me like there's 6 more.
I think also just I just didn't do any of the work because it said it was added 3 and then it was minus 3, so could we just have not written it?
Yes, I'm okay with that. But I also want to tell you this though. I also want to tell you that sometimes numbers overlap. All right, so you have to be careful. We don't ever count the same number twice. All right, just for your own information. Like if 2 numbers appeared twice, you don't write them twice in a set. You understand me?
Yeah.
All right. So again, for those of you guys who thought through it and said, well, I think I figured it out. I knew it was 6 anyway. I'm totally fine with that. I'm just writing it out so everybody can visualize what it is. All right? So that was set 1, correct? Now we're moving to set 2. All right, here we go with set 2. Now again, I asked you guys to look through these, so we're just going to start talking about it. You should have tried it. All right, now again, remember, I want you to make it a check if you get it right. Put a little star if you missed it. And make yourself a little discussion about why you missed it. All right? Now, this up here says 1 divided by 6 over 2s. That's how you should have written it. That's what that means. It's a complex fraction. Now, how do I handle division? We change division to what? Multiplication and then do the reciprocal. So this really is the same as 1 times 2s over 6. Everybody agreeing with that? Now, all I have to do is to reduce this. So what does 2, 6 reduce to? So does everybody see that that answer was C? Everybody okay with that? If you got that right, you're pretty good with fractions. Yes.
Wait, if 6 reduces to 1/3, how come it's not?
Because S is on the bottom and not the top.
Oh.
See that now?
Yes.
That was good. What?
So It's C because the what was S.
Well, because I'm reducing the fraction 2/6. What does 2/6 reduce to?
2/6.
That's why that's the answer. 1/3 S. You with me? All right. All right, number 2. I think most of the kids in the last class got this one right, but a couple of them didn't see it. The number of faces in the cube or of the cube that are perpendicular to A, B, C, D. All right, how many are perpendicular to A, B, C, D?
4 because they're touching.
4. Now look, if you don't see that, just raise your hand and I'll draw it up here for you. You don't see it? Okay, so here we go. So do you see A, B, C, D is right here, right?
Yes.
So now what wall is perpendicular? Perpendicular means it meets at a right angle, right?
Oh, okay.
So it'd have to be like this. Do you see what I'm saying? So it would be the top wall, the side wall, this side wall, and the floor. Those are all perpendicular to A, B, C, D.
What is the back?
That's parallel,
Oh, okay. That makes
right?
sense.
It's like, look, this wall right here, listen to me now. This wall right here, the front wall, that side wall is perpendicular. This wall is perpendicular. The ceiling is perpendicular, and the floor is perpendicular. The back wall is parallel.
Okay, I understand.
That's what that means. All right. So now the correct answer would be what? What's the correct answer, though? The quantity of A. Yes, thank you very much. All right. Here we go. Check out the next one. The next one's a really good problem, too. And I'm really working with you this year on learning how to substitute numbers in. All right? But most people had trouble if they didn't know how to do it. They didn't know what this meant. So everybody take a look up there. What does F, what does that mean? What does that mean? Tell me. 100% correct. So give me a value for F. Hold up. 2. Then G would have to be what? 1. And that's exactly right, guys. That's exactly right. If you did that, you're listening. I feel better. All right, because it's not obvious. All right? So here we go. If F is 2, 2 plus 1 over 2. What's 2 plus 1? So 3 over 2. All right? So this box over here would be 3 over 2. I let G equal 1. So what's 1 plus 1? Divided by 1. 2. Everybody see that? All right. So is 3 over 2 or is 2 greater? 2 is greater. So the correct answer is what? B. Now again, I'm really stressing plugging numbers in. Eventually you'll be able to look at that and say the obvious answer is B, and you won't have to plug numbers in. Right now you just don't have the experience. All right? But again, that's not that hard. All right? Plugging in numbers is a big part of standardized tests. All right, now number 4, I was really mad at most people last class because they missed this one. I don't think there's any reason to miss it. What did you get?
I had a question on number 3.
Oh, let's go back to number 3 then. What's wrong?
I just did 1F plus 1, and that's 2, and then I did...
Well, wait a minute. 1F plus 1 isn't 2, though.
Yeah, but I thought F just...
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Listen to me. We'll work on this more. You cannot add F and 1 together. You hear what I'm saying? Is that better now? Well, tell me what you want to do then.
I did that, and then I just divided by 10, so I got 1.
No, but I'm telling you, F plus 1 isn't 1F. Let me show you why. Look right here. Here's your mistake. You think F plus 1 is equal to 1F, correct? That's what you said?
No, I think it's 2.
Oh, you think it's equal to 2F or just 2? Are you saying you let F be 1? Oh, well, the problem with f being 1 is what did you pick for g? They can't. They can't. Because f is greater than g. If you make them both 1, they're equal. Does that make sense now?
What would you do with the f on the bottom?
You're going to divide it. Are you with me or not? So are you happy with that explanation? Or do you want me to give you another example? Okay, good.
Why isn't it equal? Because 2 plus 1 equals. Oh wait. I'm so confused.
I don't know why you're so confused.
Carly, we have it. Yes, well, I copied it down. Okay. So how do we get that? Okay. How do we get that g? Okay, so f is 2, and 2 plus 1 is 3 over 2. But then 1 plus 1
Is
2.
divided by 1.
I'm sorry. I'm really confused.
G is 1. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So what is 1 plus 1 divided by 1?
2.
That's why this is 2.
Oh, because it's. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Look at number 4. What's the answer?
It's C.
C. Hunter, what'd you get for number 4? D. Good. C. D. Good. Girls? C. D. C. Why is it C? You tell me. Listen to this explanation.
For K, I just put in a random integer.
Exactly. Hold up. Girls, pay attention. Random number. What is it?
I just put in 12.
K equals 12. Please listen. I'm telling you, this will make you super smart. All right? This is not obvious. So your brain, you have to be able to see the number. So you just randomly pick 12. Does it matter what number you pick?
No.
No. So what will be the sum of those digits?
120.
Well, okay, so then you would say V is equal.
Some of it's digits.
No, you're good. You're good, 100%. So V is 120. Does everybody agree with that? So
You add up the digits, so K 12, 1 plus 2 is 3. And then the 1 plus 2 is also 3.
And then plus 0 is also.
there you go. So the two quantities are equal. That's it. Now again, we're trying to, listen, we're trying to make sure you know the difference between an integer and a digit. Does everybody understand the number 12 is an integer? But 1 is a digit and 2 is a digit, correct? So it said to add the digits. Now, how would you tell someone obviously it was C? How do we know it's obviously C without doing all of that?
Because
When you
when you multiply by 10, you just add a 0.
when you multiply by 10, you're just adding a 0 to the end. And if you add them up, when you add 0, is that going to change anything? No. All right? How did I get? You're adding the digits.
12
You
times
have
10.
to stay with me. This is what I'm fussing with you about. You get sidetracked too much in class. And you're going to get super smart when you stop distracting yourself. I promise you. 1 plus 2, that's how I got 3. 1 plus 2 plus 0 is still 3. You understand me? You know, I'm not fussing at you, know that. Right? I'm trying to get you on track. Focus. I want 9s on your ERBs. You hear me? Right? Little things. Constantly concentrating. You're distracted. All right, let's go. Keep it up. Number 5. Oh, did I skip something? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I accidentally put down here 4.5. Put down here question 4.5. I did miss that. All right. So again, this is everybody should be able to do this one because this is just algebra. All right. We've worked on solving equations. Now, someone last class was really smart, and I think this is how I want you guys to be. What do I multiply 0.92 by to get 9.2? 10. Very, very good. How did I know that? Because I just moved the decimal over one place to the right. So I want everybody to say quickly x equals 10. Is everybody good on that explanation? Because we could divide both sides by 0.92 and just make it a little bit harder. Is everybody good with that? All right? So if x is 10, what is 1 over x? 1/10. If you got that right, seriously, pat yourself on the back. That's really good. Really, really good. Especially if you knew you were just multiplying by 10. All right? Everybody good on that? What?
Yeah, I just moved the decimal.
Yes, that's what I did, actually. The thought never even occurred to me that you just solve it mentally. Because I'm just so trained to just solve the equation. All right? So again, very happy with you on that. You got that right. Very good. All right? Still good? All right. Staying focused. All right, here we go. Number 5. Somebody tell me what that answer is. Go. A B. 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 You just have to understand exponents, right? So 8 squared is what? 64. So now it's saying, what number do I multiply by 3 times to get 64, which is obviously what? 4 times 4 times 4. Now, girls up here, you guys are quiet. I don't know if I'm helping you. You all right? Speak up if you don't know something. Don't sit there with your mouth closed. All right? Speak up if you don't know something. Everybody over here good with that? Again, I don't think that was that hard, and we haven't done that much work with exponents. All right? That was very good. All right? Now, number 6, I'm going to see how good you are because this is a straight translation that is for Algebra 1 in like Chapter 1. So I feel like you should be good with this. What did you get? So far I got a D.
That's what I got.
Is everybody happy with that explanation? Pretty simple, right? Straightforward reading it. Alex, you good? Anybody else? I'd like to just move forward. Is that good? All right. Don't be afraid. Don't say I'm the only one who missed it, so I don't want you to help me. All right? Let's go. Number 7 is an excellent problem. Excellent. I want to see who got this right. What did you get? C. 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 A. A. C. Good job. A. What did you get? Did you do this one? C. A. Okay, let me ask you something here real quick, guys. Here's what I'm asking you. Listen, and this is actually a very true statement. Listen to me. Look up. If they made the Apple iPhone $5, how many would they sell? A lot. Let's say they made the iPhone $1 million. How many would they sell? Not very many, right? Not very many. So what we're trying to tell you is this. This is how things actually work in the business. The more expensive you make something, the less people can afford to buy it. Is everybody with me on this? Right? So if the price goes up, the amount that you sell goes what? Goes down. The smaller the price, the more you can sell. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
So will you be doing this? So would Tuesday be okay?
All right. So now what? Remember, that is called an inverse relationship. That's an inverse relationship. So the higher the price, the lower you can sell. Does that make sense? All right. So again, can we knock out B? Because that means it's just staying the same, right? And now I'm going to plot this quickly on a graph so you can obviously see what the answer is. But the most of you said the answer was either A or C. Now with my explanation, from what I just said, do you want to say it's A or C? Now look, what's happening? Watch my mark. My price is going what? Which means it's going up. So if my price is going up, the sales are going what? Down. That's why it's A.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
Oh, good. So now watch. Let me unconfuse you. You ready? Watch this. Watch me unconfuse you real quick. All right? So here is what I have right here. Listen to me. Here's what I have. So I have the price. I'm going to put 10, then 30, then 50. Do you hear me? And then I have 50,000, 100,000, and 150,000. So if it's $10, you're going to sell 150,000. At $30, you're going to sell what? 100,000. And at $50, you're going to sell 50,000. You see that? Now do you see why that works out?
Oh, yeah. I did it the opposite way. I was thinking that it would be like.
Yeah, me too.
It's okay. It's a good mistake. It's all right. It's a good mistake. But again, I still kind of want you to think logically about it. And this is true for everything. The more expensive, the fewer people can buy it. All right? Yes.
I put A, but going back, I think that D would work as well. Like
Now let me explain why D does not work. That's a very good observation. That's very true. Just listen, let me show you why. And you'll see exactly why. Ready? The reason why it's not D, and I wasn't going to explain it, but you said it's possible, and you are 100% correct. That could be possible. You hear me? So what I want to do is this. I want you to see this. This goes down how much? 20. This goes down what? This went down, or this went up 50,000, and then went up what? So that means that it's going up at the same rate, or it's going down at the same rate. Do you hear me? So that's why it makes a what? That's why it makes a line. Do you hear me? So it's not a curve. The curve would look something if this was like 40 and then this was like 20. Because then this would be what? 10 and then this would be 20. All right, so the difference between them would have to be different. All right, that's a very good observation, and he's 100% correct. All right, and we have not really talked about these models. All right, so technically it was really between A and C. All right, here we go. Number 8 is a fantastic problem, and most of my kids in the last class got it right, so I'm expecting you to get it right. All right, now it's a rotation. We don't work much on rotations. All right, so somebody give me an answer. What'd you get? A, D, D. Let me see, guys. All right, so how many degrees in a circle?
360.
360. And there are 6 sections, so that means each section is what? Each sector is how many degrees? Hold on 1 second right here. This is what I mean.
60.
Yes, thank you. Each one of these is 60 degrees. That's what I was trying to get at. Is everybody with me now, right? So what does that mean? That means when I rotate 120 degrees, I'm going to rotate how many spaces? I'm going to rotate it 2 spaces. Is everybody with me? And now I need to know I'm going in it clockwise. So clockwise, here's how, you got to think about the hands of a clock, right? All right? So clockwise would be going this direction. Is everybody with me? So that means if I rotate it, hold up a second. If I rotate it, this will be right down here. Does everybody agree? So everything is slid 2, right? Everything is slid down 2. So is that D?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's D.
I didn't know this later.
That's okay.
I sectioned it off like 360 to 90.
That's perfect.
I said it was
Perfect.
B.
But hold on a second, though. Did you see what my thing was?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Go.
I said it B because I went
Counterclockwise. Common mistake. Common mistake.
Oh, gosh.
All right, now, again, remember, I'm kind of happy the way things are going now, but listen to me. Does everybody understand what I'm trying to tell you? You have to identify. I'm talking again. So you have to say, I'm not allowed to do that. That's a distraction. So listen now. What I'm trying to tell you now is very helpful for yourself. Are you making careless errors? Or is it everything that you just don't know? I'm hoping it's what? Careless errors. Because then when you go in and take the ERBs, you just got to go slower, not faster. And your object is not to circle the first question or the first answer that comes to your mind. If you don't put some thought into it, it's not going to get any better. All right, and I expect big improvements. All right, what?
She said if you rotated counterclockwise, it would be E, but it wouldn't, because if you rotated counterclockwise, it would be plus, not the circle.
No, you're right. I don't even think. Do you see what? Rotating it. That's only one spot. Yes, it would have to be two. You agree? All right.
Oh, so then A is like half the spot.
Well, A would be 60 degrees, not 120. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand how I divided up into 60 degrees?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay, and they wanted to move it 120, so you got to move it 2 spots.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Let's try the next one now. Okay, here it goes. It says, in the figure above, the line segment joining points 2, 3, and 2, 8 form one side of a square. So how big is the square? How many units? Tell me. No, well, I'm not asking for the answer. I'm saying, what's the side length of my square? Tell me. 5. This is 5. Everybody has to put a 5 there. So I understand why it's 5, right? Because I went from 3 to 8, so I went up 5. Does everybody agree?
Yeah.
So if it's a square, everything has to be what? 5 units, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to draw a square, 5 units, here, all the way down. And you're going to tell me what this coordinate is right here, and this coordinate. Now remember, I'm moving 5 to the right. So if I start at 2, I'm going to end at 7 and 8. And this one down here would be 7 and what? 3. Now I'm just looking for those to see if I have to do any more work. So the answer is what? E, 7, 8. Is that the only direction I could have gone? No, I could have gone the other direction, this way. This way. Is everybody with me on this? Yes, that would be -3 and 8. Right. Why is it -3 and 8? You're going opposite direction. Now listen to me, Caroline. The X is what's changing when you're moving left and right, correct? So listen to me. You're starting at 2. Do you agree with that? And I'm moving to the left 5 spots. So 2 minus 5 is -3. Agreed? All right. Number 10. Uh-oh, that's it. All right, load up 3 and 4. That's your homework, 3 and 4. Let's go. I want to help you do a couple of them. What time's the bell ring? 2 minutes? All right. Yeah, so listen. No, I'm gonna tell you something. Here, even right now when I'm talking. Same thing. All right, listen. Again, this is what I was trying to say, and Caroline.